Hello and welcome to the Penno Channel for this match preview for Liverpool versus Aston Villa in the Premier League this Saturday evening. I'm joined with my bro to go through all things regarding the game. Bro, how you doing? How you feeling? A late one this Saturday, 8 p.m. under the lights at Anfield. It's not looking good, is it?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I think this game originally would have been 1:45, wouldn't it? Or 12:30. But I think now they give English teams a bit more time if you play in midweek, so they move it to the late kickoff, which is good for us as well. Give some players another 6-7 hours rest.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe now Klopp's left, they're giving Liverpool the advantage, because I do remember there was research done on how many 12:30 kickoffs clubs had in the Premier League on a Saturday, and Liverpool were right up there. I think they had the most by a long distance. So he's complaining, and him suggesting that was in fact correct. But yeah, he's gone now, and the kickoffs been moved to a later time. Suits both of us, to be fair. Liverpool obviously playing on Tuesday against Leverkusen, beating them 4-0, and us playing on Wednesday at 5:45 against Bruges. So both sides get that additional rest period. Liverpool having a bit longer. So yeah, bro.
That's mad. Actually, they just waited for him to fuck off and just like, okay, now we'll change it.
Yeah, now we'll do it. They had enough of his complaining, man. They thought, you know what? Now he's gone. Yeah, new manager. We'll give him the later kick-off time. But yeah, bro. Massive game again. Obviously, the former Liverpool and the former Villa. A total ends of the spectrum at the minute. Our last four, we've not won. Their last four, I think, apart from us, they've won every one. So they're in great form, demonstrated that by them battering Leverkusen in midweek. Against Brighton on the weekend, I did watch bits of that game. Brighton were well in the game until the last 20 minutes. And it was a similar sort of aspect in terms of the Leverkusen game. They had good moments in the first half, but again, the second half, Liverpool found the better of the game, were creating more chances, and then blitzed them again in the last 20 minutes. Whereas on the opposite side of things, we could say for ourselves, we've had better first half performances in our last four games, and definitely better performances in the first half of the second half than usually. We've been tailing off towards the end of games. The last 20-25 minutes, it's not been so good. Spurs being a paramount example of that, where after they took the lead, we then went on to concede two more. So yeah, bro, you couldn't ask for a tougher game right now. Before the international break as well, could have kind of done with that being this weekend and just sack it off and then leave this till after players, get time to go with their national sides and get time to rethink, recalibrate. But no, it's this weekend, playing the best side in the league currently, away from home.
Yeah, I just want to say I rewatched the first half of the Club Brugge game, and it is a bit mad how your biases do go away when you do rewatch a game back compared to in the moment. I thought we did actually control the first half a lot better than I remembered, and I kind of agreed with Emery's comments a bit more. We had chances as well with McGinn's header. We had Rodgers' shot. Watkins went through on goal where he put it just wide, and we were winning the ball higher than I thought as well. We won it high a couple times. It was just a bit more. The whole creative passing was coming through Carlos, and I wonder if we do see that again against Liverpool, because I think Liverpool, when they press, they're going to try and block off the access to Pau. And that's what Bruges did as well. I think Bruges were anticipating Pau Torres to start because they kept on arching their runs to block off the passing lane to him and gave Carlos the ball. And Carlos's passing was quite good, I thought. Like, watching it back, I was just like, yeah, we actually broke their lines really well. Rodgers dropped deep. Watkins, his touch was actually better than I remembered as well. So it's actually mad how your biases can change. So yeah, I think we'll see Carlos get a lot of the ball if he starts Saturday. Or maybe they'll press both of our defenders. Liverpool like to press in the front four, I've seen this season, to combat the width. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, bro. On Liverpool, for me, not only are they top of the league, they are actually the best team in the league as well, I think, so far this season. Sometimes the league table can lie, but they've got the best defence in the league. They're creating chances for fun. Gravenberch has been a revelation for them so far in midfield. I think he's actually masking a lot of their transitional issues as well because he's been that good. And for me, right now, Salah's the best player in the world. His playmaking is just ridiculous this season. He's still providing goals. And then you got players like Gakpo who are on form. Nunes has been more of a creator this season as well. And their defense, bro, like Van Dijk, Kanate, like they're just in imperious form, bro. And even Trent as well, like he's in a different role. He's not as attacking. He's not bombing down the lines as much. But defensively, he's improved a lot as well, bro. So yeah, that's the glaze of Liverpool out the way. Like this is gonna be a
I
tough.
was going to continue, bro, because under Klopp, you felt like in terms of the last few seasons, you could get at Liverpool defensively, you could catch them out of shape. But looking under Arne Slot now, it's not just the attacking numbers you have to be concerned about; it's their defensive shape and how they defend as a team as well, because they're not conceding as many chances and not conceding many big chances. And as you said, they are ranked as the number one defence in the league as well. And this, albeit without Alisson for a number of games as well, it'll be Kelleher again in goal, and he's just stepped right into Alisson's shoes, no problems whatsoever. Very good and competent on the ball, and when he's been called upon, he's made some big saves for Liverpool as well. So they've not really lost anything as of yet in terms of Alisson not being available. As you said, Trent excelling. The centre backs, they've got the partnership now with Kanate and Van Dijk, both fit and available and ready. The one concern potentially for them was Andy Robertson's form, but with Tsimikas, he's stepped up in the last few games as well, and I expect to see Tsimikas start on the weekend. And then, as you move into the midfield, Liverpool fans would have probably had concerns as to the defensive midfielder. Again, they didn't sign one in the summer. Remember last season they brought in Endo as the last minute sort of deal because they were after Caicedo and the whole transfer saga they had between Liverpool and Chelsea. And yeah, Gravenberch, as you said, Bo, he has been a revelation because he's covering up the cracks in that area of the pitch. It allows McAllister to play whilst doing the defensive actions, and then they have that remaining slot which they're kind of chopping and changing in between Dominic Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones at the minute. So they have threats everywhere. You stated Mohamed Salah, he's currently just playing on a different level, as he always seems to do, to be honest. But his creative aspects of the last 2 seasons have gone to a different level as well. I think his passing, his general playmaking across the pitch is on another level right now. And yeah, it's a scary thought coming up against him on the weekend. Be interesting to see if they do go Gakpo starting. I think they will. I think Jota's not back for this one, so expect it either to be Gakpo. They did some interesting in midweek. They played Luis Diaz through the middle. I wonder if you'll see that again and potentially Darwin Núñez coming in off the bench because it worked. Luis Diaz was in scintillating form in midweek, got himself a hat-trick, so I wonder if he'll play through the middle this time as well. Now they operate with Gakpo off the left and Salah on the right, but yeah, it's not an easy task, man. Like this is not going to be an easy game for us whatsoever. Never usually is anyway at Anfield, even though we have a particularly good record there. But yeah, it's going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, normally Man City is the hardest game in the league for me, but without Rodri, I think this game at Anfield's like easily the hardest new game in the league. What I will say though, for Villa fans that are going to tune in listening, it's not all doom and gloom. Like Liverpool, they will leave their centre backs isolated versus our striker, so it really depends whether that's Watkins or Duran. If they're on form and we get runners, you can hurt them on transition. If we go long or if they're attacking and we get at them on the counter attack. I think players like Rodgers are going to be crucial. Our striker, as I said, and hopefully Ramsey starts as well because I think his carrying ability against a Liverpool side, they'll leave gaps because they do like to bomb forward. They do like to get up the pitch. And whilst they can be compact sometimes off the ball, if you go long and they leave their defenders isolated, I know Van Dijk's probably the best defender in Prem history, but there's always a chance as well. I remember Mbeumo in the Brentford game, like they went long to him and he had so much space. He just didn't have the technique or the pace to execute. But yeah, there will be chances for us. But I do think this is going to be a game where we sit in our 4-4-2 block. We try and reduce the spaces. Don't let Liverpool attack as much because I do think deep blocks is a weakness of Slot's side. Like they're really good at pretty much everything else, but deep blocks I think they can struggle a little bit if you're compact enough. So yeah, I'm not expecting us to have much possession. I'm looking at probably 30% possession for Villa, and that's being generous. I just want a really good defensive showing, and I want us to make the most of it when we do get the ball on the counter attacks. So yeah, team news wise, bro, I'd be looking at maybe Watkins or Duran, Rodgers, Ramsey, and I think maybe he might go Kamara, Onana in midfield to just beef our centre midfields up and play Tillemans off the right. I think that could be an idea as well.
Yeah, just a few things before we get into that, bro. Do you think it'll be a similar setup in terms of Spurs, and we'll just be looking to do more of the same, but for a longer period of time? Because the second half of Spurs, obviously, we conceded very early, and if that wasn't the case, potentially we would have just continued playing in that shape that we could be looking to use at Liverpool as well.
Yeah, it's going to be much of the same, bro. I'm not expecting us to go to Anfield and start playing football and bopping them around the pitch. Like, that's just not going to happen. And even though we're probably got the best squad we've ever had in our history right now, in terms of just like the amount of volume of players that we've got that are talented, it's going to be a new feeling for us, I reckon, because you do go to games thinking, okay, we'll at least get spells where we play football, we're pushed high up the pitch. I'm not expecting this weekend, bro. I'm really not. I'm just expecting us to really just stay defensively secure. We'll move our shape in our 4-4-2 to try and condense the pitch whichever side they go on, and we just got to just leave the gaps. Don't let McAllister get on the ball. Try not to get Salah on the ball. I know that's easier said than done. I think he's going to start Luka Dean, so Luka Dean's just going to have to be on it from the minute and see what Powell can do in the build-up with the long passes. I think Powell to Rodgers long, or Carlos to Rodgers, or Cons or whatever, that's going to be the play. And if Rodgers wins that first ball and just manages to get it to Watkins, get it to a Ramsey, then we just have to be clinical on our transitions, bro.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, agree again in terms of we're just going to have to work on our transitions and we just have to be better. We have to be better. I think the general play sometimes, I think there was statements made about against Bruges, it was lethargic at times, and the pace of our play. I think we just need to sharpen up. That's the big thing for me. We have to sharpen up in terms of our passing. Sometimes it's loose, and if better passes were played and better decisions were made on the ball, we'd get into very good areas. I think it's been more the decision making than the setup itself that's been costing us recently, and that was one thing last season, which we really were on top of. So yeah, so hopefully that just all clicks, man. It all clicks, and if it does, we can really give Liverpool a game. Yeah, bro. Anything else?
Now, just come on, Villa. Let's put in a performance. Like, Emery's never lost 4 games in a row in his career, I don't think. So let's just hope we put it.
Well,
I'd take a draw. I think you'd take a draw as well. And yeah, just put in a performance. That's really team spirit. I want to see team spirit. I want to see fighting for the ball, and I want to see good technical play when we do win the ball.
One thing I want to quickly say is, you seen Tillemans has not been called up for Belgium?
Has he not?
No, just Onana.
I hope that's not injury.
Do you think there's anything in that? Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, we'll see. That's weird, that is. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Mm.
We'll see. Emery has his presser letter on it, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
anyway,
yeah, that's pretty much it. If you could subscribe to the channel, as always, we appreciate your support. We're going to have some new content as well, an international break coming up as well, something a bit different. More focused on the Premier League as well, with Villa included. So yeah, bro, let's try and get some 3 points. Let's try and get a win back on the board and up the Villa.
It's needed. Up the Villa, man. It is needed. Come on, we can do it.